Hello wildflowers, and welcome back to The Rambling Rose. This is a series where I invite you to join me, an Australian artist, author and cottage witch, in creating an enchanted, hand-painted book filled with wild fairy magic. Together we'll find inspiration in the green forests and in my own backyard, growing and cooking, conjuring and crafting. In this episode, we'll be giving my chicken coop a cottage garden makeover and working out what herbs and flowers are best suited to my chuckos. We'll be potting up some spring flowers and getting handy with some power tools. Yes, fairies use power tools. As always, we'll take this inspiration, mix up some colours and paint a little arty magic. So sit back, relax and enjoy this video. And wildflowers, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. When I found this little block of land back in 2019, my heart was filled with romantic dreams of creating an off-grid tiny home with an overflowing veggie garden, an outdoor tub, meandering animals and flowers everywhere. I must admit, I'm a bit of a dreamer. I thought I'd be self-sufficient, plastic-free, and living like a reclusive forest witch in no time. But, dear wildflowers, I had no idea just how hard it would be to make that dream come true. And I'm still working at it. I shivered through the first 3 winters after realising that my solar battery would not see me through the cold and dark and snow. Trudging out to the generator in my gumboots and dressing gown, fairy umbrella in hand, crawling under the house to reset the battery, brushing spiders and cobwebs from my hair. There have been so many challenges, blood, sweat and tears, and a whole lot of mud and mistakes. Climate change has hit Australia really hard, and there has been a whole lot of rain. But the garden teaches me so many things, and one of the most important is patience and learning to adapt to your conditions, problem solving, and when you make a mistake, you can always try again next season. On one of my forest walks recently, I was drawn to this little creek and considered that when a rock falls in its way, the river simply flows around it, as if it were just the most natural thing in the world to work your way around a little problem. When a tree comes down after a thunderstorm, it is as if nature just shrugs and simply sends some mushrooms and moss to make it their new home. I felt like the forest fairies were whispering some wisdom to me. Mistakes are just opportunities to try a different approach, Nancy. So, my chicken coop has seen better days, and just like me, my 2 chickens have been doing it tough in their tiny home this winter. Now, as the days get brighter, I thought it was time to treat them to a spring surprise and build them a beautiful new home with a cottage garden of their very own. I found this really cute green and white cottage style chicken coop, so let's put it together. I still don't really feel like I know what I'm doing with this cordless drill, but we get there in the end, and so far I haven't broken anything. I have to give credit to my amazing mum for knitting this incredible Fair Isle jumper back in the 70s, and I still absolutely adore it today. I don't think I'll be a tradies assistant anytime soon with my 2-handed power drill approach. I think they'd say I was about as handy as a hip pocket in a singlet. Back over at the old chicken coop, the sun is starting to peek through, yay! And Foxglove and Hollyhock are patiently waiting for their chicken coop upgrade. This is Foxglove, and she is an Ancona. She lays white eggs. Over here is Hollyhock. She's a Marin and she lays brown eggs. She's the shyest of the two. Before we move the new chicken coop into place and start decorating, I thought I'd show you what I've planted on this waxing moon. It's a beautiful Debbie camellia with these pink ruffly flowers that I just adore. And below I planted a few hollyhocks and this really pretty purple hellebore.
Back to the start, she sings to the stars and calls to the moon. I'll give you my heart, I'll give you my mind and all of its dreams. Just please don't tell them I sing.
Now that I've had a cup of tea in the garden and a little time to enjoy the flowers, it's time to draw up the pages of Wild Faerie Magick.
Back to the start, the river it called. Show me your heart and I'll give you my all. I'll tell you my secrets, I'll tell you old tales. I'll tell you your future, just let your mind sail.
I'm still a little undecided about what to pair with this illustration. At first, I thought I'd include the garden quiche recipe from the last episode, but now I'm wondering about a nursery rhyme.
Back to the start, the ocean it rang. I've got pirates and sailors who heard what you sang. Your words carry far when you sing from a cliff. You've got them searching for Eden. Do you know where it is? Back to the start, the galaxy shone brighter than suns, and you knew all along that this light that you see starts deep in your chest and shines all the way past the worlds to your left and back to your heart where you first sang your song. You are the light, you are the sun.
There's a little rhyme that's been going around in my head all week, and it goes, hickety pickety my black hen, she lays eggs for gentlemen, sometimes 9, sometimes 10, hickety pickety my black hen. And I thought this would be really sweet to include in the book. What do you think? Leave me a note in the comments below, and if you have any other suggestions, I'd love to hear them. That way we really are creating this Wild Faerie Magick book together. Well, wildflowers, shall we go and complete this chicken cottage makeover now? The new chicken cottage is in place, but it needs a cottage garden of its own. First, I'm going to sprinkle some dried herbs into the nesting boxes. Just like us, lavender and chamomile relax the chickens. I had this vision of a natural stepping stone pathway leading up to the chicken cottage. So first I dug around the stones a little so I could bury them in slightly, making it look like they'd been here all along. There are so many beautiful creatures living in the soil here, so I'm always careful to look out for them and set them gently aside. It is said that the fairies appreciate it when you relocate spiders and insects and such, rather than causing any of their little friends harm. I may regret this because my chickens are absolutely mad about mulch. They love nothing more than to scratch and flick it all over my garden. But I really wanted to scatter some pine bark mulch around the stepping stones for a tidy look. Now my absolute favourite time, getting soil all over the place and my hands dirty while I'm potting up these beautiful ranunculus. A tale on ranunculus coming later. These are some petunia seedlings with fluffy pink flowers, which I cannot wait to see bloom. Of course, no cottage garden would be complete without geranium. I've been told by my grandmother that you can always tell a good witch in the neighbourhood by the red geraniums planted in her window boxes. In folklore, they were used for protection, so I'm sure my chickens will love them. I promised a tale about these beautiful pink ranunculus, and so it is. In the beginning of this video, I talked about moving like the river around little challenges. So as it turns out, after filming this, I discovered my chickens have quite a palate for ranunculus. They nibbled them way down to the base. So after this video was filmed, I swapped them out for mint and lavender. Really safe. They won't touch those. I could not believe my luck in finding this cute white tricycle plant stand at the local nursery and these sweet cast iron poppies. If this doesn't attract fairies, I don't know what will. And now for the final reveal. I honestly think I could live in a little green and white cottage surrounded by garden flowers. I kinda do. I even have a matching stepping stone path leading up to my house. It looks like my girls are already loving their new home, and I'm so pleased with the result too. I feel much better knowing they will be safe and warm through winter and cool in summer here under the leaves of a peach tree. I can totally imagine little fairies sitting on the poppies and blessing my chickens too. Can't you? I so hope you enjoyed this video, dear wildflowers, and if you did and you want to see more, please like and subscribe to my channel. This simple gesture means so much to me as an artist and creator, and I love reading your comments and feeling as though we are creating this magical book together. If you'd like to see the finished pages from this week's episode, you can join me on Patreon, where I share all the behind the scenes goodies. Blessed be, sweet souls, and I'll see you again soon in this wild fairy wonderland of my imagination.